Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Apache Video Auction here for the week of March the 25th. We're going to offer just shy of 2,000 head here in the next little bit. There's 15 lots today, 30 loads altogether. There's a couple of late additions, and so try to be paying attention if you would. First consignment. Contract number 12,146, consigned by Hat Bar Cattle, selling 90 head of steers, 148 to 50,000 pound load of cattle with a base weight of 535. These cattle are located at the ranch right there 4 miles northeast of Duke, Oklahoma, approximately 68 miles southwest of Apache. They're 80% black-hided or black-white face, 20% red or Charlotte colors, 90% being an English exotic with 10% showing 1/8 blood bramer influence or less. 75% purchased off of one local ranch, and 25% were purchased either at our Apache location or at the Oklahoma National Stockyards. These cattle medium to large frame, medium flesh, delivery date April the 10th through April the 13th. No implants in the cattle will be uneven. Run on wheat pasture and then being supplemented with cubes twice weekly. The cattle have been tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've been vaccinated with the modified live vaccine as well as the blackleg and also been dewormed. These cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately 4-mile scales to pens, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. These cattle have been turned out at least 70 days at delivery time, sorting out of 105 total head. They'll sell with a 25-cent slide up or down with a 35-pound weight stop there on the top side. Nice little grazer cattle now. And 485 down, $7 down, $67 down, 487 bid down, and 488 $9 and 488 bid it down, $9 down, $99 down, 490 and 89 $90 down, 80 down, $90 and 490 $91 both out on the web and 490 $91 $490 $91 and $2 down $1 up in the $2 down $91 2 and 491 bid it down $2 down $1 up in the 2 and 491 bid it down $2 down. Let's call down $2 down $91 2 sold to you 491. All right, our next consignment will be contract number 12,147, consigned by Terry McLemore. Selling 90 head of steers, 148 to 50,000 pound loaded cattle with a base weight of 550, located right there at the ranch 4 miles northeast of Ringling, Oklahoma, approximately 95 miles southeast of Apache. The cattle are 95% black-hided, the balance being red or Charlotte colors, 90% an English exotic with 10% showing 1/8 to 1/4 blood bramer influence or less. All purchased locally to their area, medium frame, medium flesh, delivery date March the 27th through March the 31st. The cattle have been implanted and they will be uneven. Run on short wheat pasture, ryegrass pasture, and as well as being supplemented with 2 pounds of 28% cubes daily. They've been tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had their shots and also been boosted. These cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately 4-mile scales to pens, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. Cattle have been turned out 75 days or longer at delivery. They've been check weighed back on March the 4th, and then March the 20th, and grossing 560 pounds at that time. The cattle will sell with a 25-cent slide up or down with a 15-pound weight stop on the top side. Now, 15-pound stop on the top. The previous lot will sell. And $451 money's on $2 to $3 down, $3 to $4 to $5 down, 55 bid it down, 5 up here $6 and $155 down, $457 down, $8 and 59 here down, $60 down, $1 $2 down, 33 and 3 to 4 down, $65 down, $7 down, 67 bid it down. $8 and 9 and $469 70 down, $71 2 and 73 down, 4 down, 5 here down, $475 and $45 $6 and $7 down, $77 bid it down, and $79 $80 down, $81 and $480 $81 $2 down, 33 83 and $84 down, $5 down, 85 to the bottom, $100 to the bottom, $100 to the bottom, $100 to the bottom, $4 to the $5, $6, and 487, bid it down, $7 down, $7 down, 8 to 9, and $489 down to the bottom, $90, $91, $1 to the bottom, $1 to the bottom, $1 to the bottom, 90, 91, and 491, bid it down, $1 up here, $1 to the bottom, $1 to the bottom, $1 to the bottom, 2 down, 3, and $493 bid it down, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 4, 4, 4 to the bottom, 94, and $95 down, 5, 5, 5, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 4, 95 now, 6er, and 95 bid it down, yeah, no, Darcy now, 95 to the bottom, 496, and 95 bid it down, 95, 6 and 7, and 497, down, 6 here, down 7, and 496 half, now 7, and 6 half bid it down, 7 by down, $7 bid it down, take a hand of 7, total cattle to you, 496 and a half. Thank you. All right, our next consignment will be contract number 12,148, consigned by Colt Morrison and Apache Grazing. Selling the previous lot will sell. Selling 66 head of steers, 148 to 50,000 pound load of cattle with a base weight of 715. These cattle are located at the ranch right there at Devol, Oklahoma, approximately 60 miles south of Apache. They're 85% black or black white, face 15% Charlotte colors, 1 red hided, 50% will show 1/8 blood bramer influence or less, the other 50% 1/4 or less, all purchased off of ranches right there in eastern Texas. These cattle will be medium to large frame, medium flesh, delivery date March the 27th, a single day delivery, no implants by the current owner, and the cattle will be uneven. Run on wheat pasture, tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had 2 rounds of vaccinations. The cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately 8 miles, scales to pens, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. These cattle have been turned out on the wheat for over 140 days. They'll be selling with a 12-cent slide or a 14-cent slide with a 50-pound weight stop on the top side. So standard slides for the base weight of 715. $361 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, $4 down, 4 to the 5, 5 on 1 to the bottom, 5, and now $66 down, $366 down, 5 up here, 7, and 68 Darcy now, 9 down, 70, and $370 down, 71 down, 2 down, 1 to the bottom, 2 to the down, 3 and $374 under the bottom, under the bottom, under the bottom, under the bottom, 5 down, $6 and $376 bid it down, we're out on the web, and 75 bid it down, asking $6 now, 7 down, 78 and $378 web is out of date, 8 and 9 and $379 here down, $80 down, $80 down, $81 to the bottom, 2, and $382 down, we're out on the web at 82, and $81 to the bottom, 2 down, $3 down, $3 and $4 down, 5 on the bottom, 83 and 4, and $384 to the web now, 3 bid it down, $4 down, 5 on the bottom, 3 down to 4, and yes sir, now $383 bid it down, $4 down, 5 on the bottom, 4, sold them to you, $383. The previous lot will sell. All right, here's one that we've added. This cattle belonged to Jeremy Rich. This will be contract number 12,160, selling 210 head of steers, 348 to 50,000 pound loads of cattle with a base weight of 715. These cattle located at the ranch. They're at Canute, Oklahoma, approximately 87 miles northwest of Apache. They're 80% black-hided, 20% red or Charlotte cutters, 80% an English exotic with 20% showing 1/8 blood bramer influence or less. All purchased locally to their area. Medium to large frame, medium flesh, delivery date March the 28th, a single day delivery. No implants, and the cattle will be uneven. Run on wheat pasture and also being supplemented with silage. The cattle will be tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had 2 complete rounds of vaccinations. They will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling to the local scales, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. Sorting out a 300 total head, they'll sell the standard slides for the weight of a 12 or a 14 with a 50-pound weight stop on the top side. medium to light flesh. Don't know if you can see it in your video there, but sure enough, you you bet. Dry, light flesh here. And $371 $371 down two down $3 down $4 down $75 and $76 down web is down 5 bid down 6 and 7 down 78 $8 down 80 and $380 down $80 down well no just down $80 down $70 and $81 380 81 to the banner, 1 to the banner, $2 down, two, and 81 to the banner, 2 down, 3 down, $4 down, 3 to banner, 5 on 1 to the banner, 1 to the banner, 3 to 4, and 383, 4, $5 down, 5 to the banner, $6 down, $6 down, 85 to the banner, 6 here, and 387, down to the 88, down to the web is out at 88, and 89 down to the banner, 89 down to the banner, 90 and 390 990 both down here down 90 down down DD down to the bottom 90 91 and 390 91 to the bottom 2 down 93 and 4 down down 3 bid 4 down down 394 and 5 and 95 to the bottom 6 down down 95 to the bottom 6 and 7 down down to and 398 $9 to the banner 4 and $400 now 99 to the banner 4 to pay 5 to the banner 399 to 4 and 99 web is out at 4. Thank you. Now 401 and 1 down 2 down 2 down 1 to the banner 2 to pay 30 4 and $404 down 5 to the banner 5 here down $6 down 5 $6 and 406 and 7 down 6 here down 7 asking 7 and 406 on beat it down now he 9 and 409 now 10 and 410 beat it down 11 down 10 beat 11 and $410 now 11 beat it down 11 10 beat 11 sold to you 410 on the web. Thank you, Robert. All right, now we're going to work for Jerry Johnson. This will be contract number 12,149. We're selling 256 head of steers, 4 48 to 50,000 pound loads of cattle with a base weight of 750. They're located at the ranch, Chattanooga, Oklahoma, approximately 45 miles south of Apache. The cattle are 80% black or black-white face, 20% red or Charlotte colors. A few of the cattle will be off-colored. The previous lot does sell. 75% of the cattle being an English exotic with 15% showing 1/8 or less and 10% 1/4 or less, all purchased locally to their area. Medium to large frame, medium flesh. Delivery date March the 26th through March the 31st. The cattle have been implanted back in August, and they will be uneven. Run on wheat pasture. Tipped or dehorned if necessary. Have had 2 complete rounds vaccinations, and they will be PI negative. They have been tested and are PI negative. The cattle will gather early. Loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately 22 miles, scales to pins, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. These cattle have been turned out on wheat pasture for 130 days or longer, and the buyer will have the option on the next lot. The buyer will have the option on the next lot. They'll sell with the standard slides for the weight, 12 cent or 14 cent with a 50-pound weight stop on the top side, and there's 192 in the lot following. Yes, sir. I like them. Absolutely. 355 down, money's on 6 and 7 down, 58 and 9, $60 down, web is down at 61, and down $2, $1 2, 2, 3, 4, and 364, Darcy down, 3 bid, $4 now, web's down, now 5, and $65, down, 5, 4 down, 5 down, asking 66. 66 to the web. And 66 and 7. Down 7. Biddy down. And 68. I'm on the web, guys. You're out. And $9 now 69 $9 and now $70 now 70 dollar well Darcy now $70 down 9 bid 71 and $371 $2 now $2 down web is out of 2 and 372 bid it down 1 up here in 2 Darcy you're out and 71 $2 down 371 bid $2 $1 $2 up here 2 sold the cattle to you 371. Would you like the next lot as well? We'll take both lots. We're trying to get confirmation. The cattle will sell. Thank you. All right, changing the page. Now we're going to work for Landry Howell. This will be contract number 12,151, selling 120 head of steers, 248 to 50,000 pound loads of cattle with a base weight of 810. These cattle locate the ranch at Bessie, Oklahoma, approximately 70 miles northwest of Apache. They're 80% black-hided. The bounce got to be red or Charlotte colors, 85% an English exotic with 15% showing 1/8 blood Bremer influence or less. All purchased locally to their area. Medium to large frame, medium flesh. Delivery date March the 26th through March the 31st. The cattle have been implanted and they will be uneven. Run on wheat pasture. Tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had all the shots and they have been paid. I'll get it out right. They've had their shots and also been tested for PI, and they will be PI negative. These cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling to local scales, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. They'll sell with a standard slides for the weight of a 12 or a 14 with a 50-pound weight stomp on the top side. A darn nice set right there. They're out of wheat as well. And 348 down $9 down $9 $50 now 49 up in the 50 $51 $52 and 1 bid it down $2 down the web is out of $2 down 30 3 and 52 bid it down $3 down 53 down yeah now Chevy down 3 and 352 bid it down $3 down 3 no 4 and 53 bid it down Young Kelly $4 down deer down 4 no 5 and 55 bid it down and 59 9 and 359 webs out now 9 and 350 he bid it down down tear down down let's call down 58 9 sold the cattle to you 358. All right, now we're going to work on contract number 12,152 consigned by Benny Mulder. Selling the previous lot will sell. We're selling 63 head of steers, 148 to 50,000 pound load of cattle with a base weight of 790. They're located at the ranch right there at Wanette, Oklahoma, approximately 90 miles east of Apache. The cattle are 100% English. They're 85% out of 85% being black, 10% Charolais colors, and 5% red-hided. 75% are home raised, 25% purchased off of 2 neighboring ranches. Medium to large frame, medium flesh. Delivery date March the 27th, single day delivery. They have been implanted and they will be slightly uneven. These cattle are being fed rough hay and Sudan hay, as well as millet and DDGs. Tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had 2 rounds of Enforce 3, Calvary 9, also double dewormed with injectable as well as a drench. The cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately 15-mile scale pins, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. Their check weight on March the 22nd, at that time gross $795. Selling with a standard slides for the weight of a 12 or a 14 with a 50-pound weight stop on the top side. A darn nice set right there, Justin. 352, bid it down, $3 down, 2 down, 3 down, $4 down, 5 on 55 down, down, 5, bid it down, 7, and 357, down, 60, and 9 here down, $60 down, I'm on the web, you boys are out, and 359, $61, down, we're out, Darcy down, $61, 361 and 60 bid it down $1 what a half help you and $360 now Webb's out half here down $60 down here 60 and a half and 360 bid it down half a dollar now half a fan down $360 bid it down 60 and a half and $360 bid it down half a dollar down half a bid half a fan down 360 last call and 360 everybody's out on the web and $360 down a half a dollar down 60 bid it down 60 and a half total count to you 360. All right, our next lot, contract number 12,153, also consigned by Benny Mulder, selling the previous lot will sell. We're selling 56 head of steers, 148 to 50,000 pound loaded cattle with a base weight of 920. These cattle are located right there at the ranch at Wanette, Oklahoma, approximately 90 miles east of Apache. 90% English and the balance 10% being 1/8 or less. 75% are black-hided, 15% Charlotte colors, 10% red-hided. The cattle are 75% home raised, 25% purchased off of 2 neighboring ranches. Medium to large frame, medium flesh, delivery date March the 27th. The cattle have been implanted and they will be slightly uneven. They're being fed rough hay and Sudan millet and DDGs. They've been tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had 2 rounds of the N43 Cavalry 9 double warm with injectable as well as a drench. The cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately 15 miles, scales to pins, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. Check weight on March the 22nd, at that time grossing $925. They'll sell the standard slides for the weight over 12 or a 14 with a 50-pound weight stomp on the top side. Justin? 312 bid down, $13 down, door down, $14 down, 13 bid it down, 40 down, $15 down, 3 14 15 16 and 15 bid it down, 15 16 $17 bid it down, 17 and down 18 $18 $17 down here down 18 and $318 bid it down, $18 down 17 18 now 19 to the web and 18 bid it down 19 web out $19 down, $18 bid it down, $90 down, $18 20 and $320 bid it down, 20 down, $21 $2 and $21 down, $2 Brandon Clayton down 3 to 4 and $324 down, $5 4 down, $5 $20 and 40 and $5 well Clayton I've been missing you and 24 and $5 for the bid 4 4.5 and 324 bid down 4 down half a dollar down 40 down 4 and 4.5 and 324 bid it down 4 down half a dollar down web is out for the bid 5 sold the cattle to you at 324. The cattle will sell. All right, now we're going to work for the right ranch. This will be contract number 12,154. 55 head of steers is what we're working with, selling 148 to 50,000 pound loaded cattle with a base weight of 900 even. These cattle are located at the ranch right there in Omaha, Texas, approximately 310 miles southeast of Apache, right there in that Paris area. These cattle will be black or black white face out of home raised. They're all home raised out of Angus or black white face cows. And they're going to be sired by registered Angus or registered Hereford bulls. All home raised, medium to large frame, medium flesh, delivery date April the 1st through April the 10th. No implants and the cattle will be uneven. They're run on native grass pasture and they're being supplemented with 8 pounds of 14% commodity mix as well as hay and free choice mineral. The cattle have been tipped or dehorned if necessary, have been vaccinated 2 rounds of shots and also been dewormed. The cattle will gather early, weighing with a 3% shrink on the ground, all home raised. They own the cows, they own the bulls, wing back last fall, turned out all winter long. These cattle are selling with the standard slides for the weight of a 12 or a 14 with a 50-pound weight stop on the top side. Quite a reputation and outstanding set, Justin. $310 bid down, 11 down, $12 down, 13, $14 bid it down, $15 down tier, 14 down, 15, $16 down, 17, and $318, $18 to 19, Darcy down, $20 down, 21 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, Web is down to 21, down 2, down $3 down, 2 down, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 5, 5, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 5, and $25 down, 40 down, 4, 4.5 down, 25 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 5 half, and 5.5 down, $6 Brian down, 6.5 here down, yeah, Darcy down, 26 half, and 320, 6.5, half, $5 down, 6 down, 7, and 27 bid it down, 7, hand down, 320, some to the bottom, now D, Donna Brian D, and D, half here down, 28 bid it down, D, 10 down, $9 down to the bottom, half, and 320, down, hand down, 9, 10, $30 down, 30 down, 30 and a half, and 330 bid it down, half here down, $31 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 half, and 331 to the bottom, 1 hand, 2 bid it down, 2 and a half, and 32 bid it down, 2 and a half, up there, $3 down, 3 and a half, and 333, 3 and a half, up here and a half, around $4 down, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 4 and a half, and 334 and a half, bid it down, $5 down, 5 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 5 and a half, and 35 bid it down, 5 up here, 5 and a half, now $6 to the web, down, 6 half, and 336 and a half, here down, $6, 6 hand, down, 36 and a half, 7, and 337 bid it down, 7, down to the bottom, 7 and a half, and D, down, D, down, D, half, then down, 338 up here, D, half, and 38 here down, half, $5, yeah, the bottom down, D, half, and 338 bid it down, D, down, D, down, 38 up here, D, half, sold it counter to you, 338. Thank you, Brian, on the web. The previous lot will sell. All right, now we're going to work for Mr. Jeff Edgman. This will be contract number 12,155. We're selling 165 head of steers and 348 to 50,000 pound loads of cattle with a base weight of 900. These cattle are located at the ranch at Walters, Oklahoma, not Waurika. So it's in the same general area, about 50 miles south of Apache. They're 60% black-hided, 25% Charlotte colors, 10% red-hided, 5% will be brindle in color. Half of the cattle are in English exotic, with 35% showing 1/8 or less, and 15% 1/4 or less. All purchased locally to their area. Medium to large frame, medium flesh. Delivery date March the 31st through April the 1st. No implants, and the cattle will be uneven. These cattle coming off wheat pasture, and then they're going to be taken to and fed a mixture for 30 days. Tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had 2 complete rounds of vaccinations. Cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately 5 miles, scales to pins, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. These cattle sell with a 14-cent slide with a 35-pound weight stop on the top side. Once again, guys, you can tell from your picture we're terrible dry in southwestern Oklahoma. 35-pound weight stop, absolutely. 315 bid it down, $16 down, 15 down, tier down, 16, $17 bid it down, $70 yeah, Darcy down, 16, 17, and 317 bid it down, $70 down, $16 down, tier down, 17, and 317 bid it down, 17 down, 18, and 318 down, 17 half, now 18, and 17 hand down, $18 down, 18 hand down, $19 bid it down, $19 down, 18 hand down, 19 half, and 319 bid it down, 19 half, $5 down, 19 down here down, 19 down, 20, and 320 bid it down, 20 and a half, then down, Yatna Clayton down, 20 half, and 320 bid it down, half down, $1, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the bottom, 1 half, and 320, 1 to the bottom, 1 hand down, Yatna Clayton down, 1 up here, 1 half, and 320, 1 to the bottom, 1 hand down, $2 down, 22, and 2 down, 2 and a half, Brian down, 322, half down, 30, 22 and a half to 3, and 323 bid it, yeah, Darcy down, 2 and a half, down, 3 bid it down, 30 and a half, and 323, 3 and a half, up here and a half, down, half, $4 down, 5 on a bottom, 4, and 3 and a half, bid it down, 4, yeah, Darcy down, $4 down, here down, 5 on a bottom, 4 and a half, and 324, 4 and a half, now 5 bid it down, 5 on a bottom, 5 and a half, half, and 325 and a half, then down $6 down, ticket a half, and 6 here down, 6 hand down, $7 biddy down, 327 7 and a half, and 7 up here now 7 hand down, half a dollar, yeah, Brian down 27 and a half, and $327 biddy down, 7 up here now 7 hand down, half a dollar, yeah, Brian down 7 and a half, and $327 biddy down, half hand down, half a dollar down, 7 up here and a half. Sold the cattle to you, 327. Thank you, Darcy. All right, now we're going to work for my friend Terry Courtney. This will be contract number 12,156, selling 71 head of heifers, 148 to 50,000 pound load of cattle with a base weight of 685. Located at the ranch right over here at Carnegie, Oklahoma. That's approximately 35 miles northwest of Apache. They're 80% black-hided. The balance going to be red or Charlotte cutters, 80% an English exotic, 20% showing 1/8 blood Bramer influence or less. All purchased locally right here in southwestern Oklahoma. Medium to large frame, medium flesh, delivery date April the 1st through April the 15th. The cattle have been implanted and they will be uneven. Run on wheat pasture, tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had 2 complete rounds of vaccinations. The cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling to local scales, weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. The heifers will be guaranteed open. They'll sell with a 16-cent slide up or down with a 35-pound weight stop.
Last lot does sell.
The previous lot will sell. Once again, guys, kicking up dust. It's terrible dry in southwestern Oklahoma. No, every area has their problems, but we're dry as we've seen in a long time. 345 down, $67 down, 47 bid down, $10 down, $10 down, $50 down, 51, and 350, $51, $7, and 57, Darcy down, $67 bid down, 357, and 67, $98 down, $10 59, and 59 here down, 60 down, $1, 361 and $2 down, $3 biddy down, 30 and $65 biddy down, 6 here down, $7 down, 7 and 68 and $9 yeah, ladies, 8 and 9 and 68 and $9 deed here down, $9 and Webb is out. 68 bid it down $9 sold them to you 368. All right, turning the page. Going to work once again for Jerry Johnson. This will be contract number 12,157. The previous lot will sell. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you being here. Working for Jerry Johnson, offering 183 head of heifers in this draft. In this lot, there's 42,000 pound loads of cattle with a base weight of 700 even. They're located at the ranch right there at Chattanooga, Oklahoma, approximately 45 miles south of Apache. 85% black or black-white face, 15% red or Charlotte colors, 80% an English exotic, with 20% showing 1/8 to 1/4 blood Bramer influence or less. All purchased locally right here in southwestern Oklahoma. Medium to large frame, medium flesh. Delivery date March the 26th through March the 31st. The cattle were implanted back in October, and they will be uneven. Run on wheat pasture, tipped or dehorned if necessary. They've had 2 complete rounds of vaccinations, and they've all been PI tested, and they are negative. The cattle will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately 18-mile scales to pens, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. The cattle have been turned out on wheat pasture for 110 days or longer. Of course, all the heifers will be guaranteed open on our Apache video auction. They'll sell with a 12-cent or a 14-cent slide for the base weight with a 50-pound weight stop on the top side. And 338 down, $9 down, $9 down, $40 down, $9 $40, $41 $2 down, $2 down, 3 and 343 bid it down, 30 $4 now, 44 Darcy now, 4 to pay 5 and $45 down, asking 6 to the web and 5 bid it down, $6 and $7 down, 47 now, 8 to the web now, 7 48 and 9 and 349 $49 be 9, sir. Down to $9 50 to the web now. Time bid 50 and $1 50 $51 yeah, Kelly down 2 and 52 bid it down 2 now 3 now 3 and 353 bid it down 2 and a hand right now touching down 3 and 2 and a hand bid it now asking 53 to the web and 2 2.5, bid it down 3 down here down 53 to bring down 3.5, and 353 bid it down 3 down half a dollar down 3 bid down 3 down, and 353 to bring the last call down 3 bid it down 3.5 then down 353 3.5. Sold the cattle to you 353. Thank you, Darcy, on the web. All right, the next consignment, also consigned by Jerry Johnson, contract number 12,158. We're selling. Previous lot will not sell. We're selling 196 head of heifers, 348 to 50,000 pound loads of cattle with a base weight of 750. They're located at the ranch right there, Chattanooga, Oklahoma, approximately 45 miles south of Apache. They're 85% black or black white face, 15% red or Charlotte colors, 90% an English exotic, with 10% showing 1/8 to 1/4 blood Bremer influence or less. All purchased locally right here in southwestern Oklahoma. Medium to large frame, medium flesh, delivery date April the 5th through April the 20th. They have been implanted back in October, and they will be uneven. These cattle been tipped or dehorned if necessary, been run on the wheat pasture. They've had 2 complete rounds of vaccinations, also be PI negative. They will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling approximately half-mile scales to pins and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. The cattle have been turned out on the wheat for 130 days or longer. They're guaranteed open, selling with a standard slides for the weight of a 12 or a 14 with a 50-pound weight stop there on the top side. So another nice set consigned by Jerry Johnson, and they are good. Guaranteed open. And 20 heat and down $30 down under the banner 30 31 the banner $2 down 33 to 4 and 334 bid down 5 here down $6 down 7 and 37 bid down $8 down $9 under the banner $40 down up here to 40 and $41 under the banner $2 down 32 to 3 and 342 bid down $3 down 3 and 42 out in the hall, sir. Down to bid 2.5 and 342 2.5 bid it down half up and a half down 2.5 and didn't know I'm a 3 2.5 now 3 Darcy now 3.5 and 343 bid it down 3 down 3 to bid 3.5 and 343 bid down 3.5 then down $3 down 3 down and 343 bid it down 3.5 half a dollar down 343 bid 3.5 and $3 bid it down half a dollar down 343 3.5. Sold the cattle to you 343. Thank you, Darcy, on the web. Those will sell. Those will sell. All right, now we're going to work for Michael Lee Blackburn. This will be contract number 12,159. We're selling 128 head of heifers, 248 to 50,000 pound loads of cattle with a base weight of 750. They're located at the ranch at Paris, Texas, approximately 244 miles southeast of Apache. The cattle are 75% black or black white face, 15% red-hided, 10% will be a light color. The majority of the cattle will be 1/8 blood or less, with 4 to 5 showing 1/4 blood attributes. The cattle purchased locally to their area, medium to large frame, medium flesh, delivery date March the 27th through April the 4th. No implants of the cattle will be uneven. Run on native grass pasture, being supplemented with 8 pounds of commodity feed daily, as well as hay. The cattle have been tipped or dehorned if necessary. Have had 2 rounds of shots and also been dewormed. They will gather early, loading on the buyer's truck, hauling to the local scales, and then weighing with a 2% shrink on the truck. These cattle will be weaned for 150 days or longer at delivery time, and they will be guaranteed open. Selling with a standard slides of a 12 or a 14 with a 50-pound weight stop there on the top side. Nice set right here. $321 under the bottom, under the bottom, under the bottom, under the bottom, $1 to $2 down, 21 to the bottom, $2 down, 21 to the bottom, 2 and 321 to the bottom, $2 web is out now, 2 bid now 3 and 22 here, you out sir 3 now 4 Brian and 20 from the bottom, from the bottom 5 under the bottom, $6 down, 20 from the bottom, web is on the 7 and 7 here down, $D down. 20 under the banner, D, dollar weapons out again, down 9, and down up in the $30 down, 30, 20 under the banner, 30, 31 to the banner, 1 to the banner, 1 to the banner, 2, and 31 to the banner, $2 down, $3 bid it down, 2 down, 2 down, 3, and 33, $4 down, 5 on the banner, 1 to the banner, 33 asking, 34 to the web, and 3 bid it down, $4 down, 40 down, 1 to the banner, 1 to the banner, 1 to the banner, 1 to the banner, 3.5. Help you, Darcy. And 33, 3.5. Then Webb's out. Down 3, bid 3, 3.5. And 333, bid it down 3.5. Thank you. Now 4. And $34 now. Phone to the money. Yeah, now Amy. 3.5. I'm on the web now. 4. And 333.5. Bid it now. $4 down. 3.5 to 4. Sold a cattle to you, 333.5. Thank you, Brian, on the web. That does conclude our video auction here for Apache video today. Want to thank everybody, buyers and sellers as well, and have a great afternoon.